Here's a clip from the Southwestern Lead app. One of the most sobering thoughts I have ever been confronted with is this: the person I will someday be, I am now becoming. You are now, at this very moment, exactly who you have been in the process of becoming all your life. Are you now the person you dreamed about becoming? If you had written down several years ago exactly the type of person you wanted to be now, what kind of person would you have described? How close are you to becoming that person? What kind of person do you want to be a year from now? Or 2 years from now? Or 5 years from now? 10, 20? Right now, you are in the process of becoming the person you will be in a year, or 2, or 5, or 10, or 20. The habits you have now will determine the kind of person you will become unless you change those habits now. What attitude would you like to have someday? Well, the attitude you have now is a good indication of the attitude you will have someday, unless right now you begin to develop a new kind of attitude. If you are not now doing those things you need to do to become who you want to become, what makes you believe that you ever will? Do you have situations or circumstances that are preventing you from becoming who you want to become? Those situations and circumstances will pass, but they will be replaced by new situations and new circumstances. If you want to become a better or different kind of person, you better get started now. You can't wait for situations or circumstances that are just right. Have you ever told yourself, someday I'm going to begin saving money on a regular basis? Well, are you saving now? If you are not now, you probably won't ever, unless you begin now. It will never be any easier, even if your income doubles or triples. It will never be any easier, even if you someday earn 10 times as much as you do now. Saving money regularly has little to do with income. It relates to the decisions you make. If you want to develop a good savings account, you better begin now. In all probability, it's now or never. Do you plan to have good work habits someday? Well, do you have good work habits now? If not, you probably never will, unless you're willing to begin to develop them right now. What you are someday going to be, you are now becoming. Maybe you've said, someday I'm going to change my health habits. Why someday? If you are not willing to do it now, you probably won't do it someday. If you plan to ever begin, you better start forming the habit today. Many years ago, Spencer Hayes, the former executive chairman for Southwestern Family of Companies, asked me, Jim, what kind of person do you want to be in 5 years? What kind of husband do you want to be? What kind of father do you want to be? I answered Spencer by telling him the kind of person I wanted to become. I told him who I wanted to become as a spouse and as a parent. Spencer said, the person you are someday going to be, you are now becoming. Then he asked me, if you're not willing to do those things now, what makes you think you ever will? I resolved then to begin doing those things that would enable me to become the person, the spouse, and the parent I wanted to become. We are each faced with a choice. We can either begin to do those things that will enable us to become who we someday want to become, or we can learn to live with regret. I prefer to do even those very difficult tasks that enable me to become who I want to become, rather than to live with regret. Every time we do the things we know we should do, our confidence rises. When we do not do what we know we should do, our confidence lowers. Either way, we're in the process of becoming who we are someday going to be. Albert Gray said, the secret of success of every person who has ever been successful lies in the fact that they form the habit of doing the things failures don't like to do. To become what we want to become requires forming the habit of doing the right things, the things that failures don't like to do. The best time to begin forming a good habit is right now. I've had the privilege of hearing many outstanding success stories. The achievers of those successes invariably stated, I decided to. Immediately after deciding, they took action that enabled them to achieve their decision. It's through action that we become. The world is littered with people who did not intend to become who they are. They intended to achieve great things. They intended to become much more than average, but they waited for the right set of circumstances. What are people waiting for? Young people are waiting until they finish school. Adults are waiting until they get promoted. Middle-aged people are waiting until they can retire. Many are waiting for circumstances to return to normal. In the process of waiting, they are becoming who they are someday going to be, even though it's not who they intended to become. But life doesn't wait. We are each right now becoming who we are someday going to be. So what are you doing right now to become who you want to someday be?
Southwestern Lead is an international leadership program that helps you build skills, gain confidence, and discover new opportunities. With professional coaching, a world-class digital learning platform, and certifications that will enhance your resume or application, Lead sets you apart. We'll show you how to turn success principles into success habits through small group training, one-on-one coaching, and guided action plans to help you apply what you're learning. It takes more than academics to reach your goals. See what one of America's oldest leadership training programs can do for you. Visit southwesternlead.com.